Hi everyone, welcome back to Wild Reads. My name is Dave. Welcome back to another video. And today is the 13th of September, which means it's Roald Dahl Day. And the lovely people at Penguin asked me to participate in the short story collection blog tour that they're using to publicise the short stories and the short story collections that Roald Dahl wrote or edited. Now, of course, myself, in common with thousands of readers, millions of readers all over the world, we tend to remember Roald Dahl for his children's books. He was also the author of some really deliciously dark tales for adults as well, which, while not going unnoticed, that they're not as publicised as his work for children. And when Penguin asked me to get involved with this, they sent me 4 of his short story collections. So I've got Trickery, Innocence, Fear and War. There are also in the collection Lust, Madness, Cruelty and Deception. Now, the one I read, I didn't have time to read all 4, but I am lining them up for the end of the year. So I read this one. This is called Trickery, and I'll read you the blurb. How underhand could you be to get what you want? In these 10 tales of dark and twisted trickery, Roald Dahl reveals that we are at our smartest and most cunning when we set out to deceive others, and sometimes even ourselves. Here, among others, you'll read of the married couple and the parting gift which rocks their marriage, the light-fingered hitchhiker and the grateful motorist, and discover why the serious poacher keeps a few sleeping pills in his arsenal. Roald Dahl reveals even more about the darker side of human nature. So in this book we've got, as I said there, we've got 10 tales here. The Wish, Beware of the Dog, Champion of the World, The Visitor. Now, my particular favourites in this book were story 4, which was The Visitor, and Mrs. Bixby and the Colonel's Coat. If you haven't read any, and before I had this, I hadn't read any Roald Dahl for years and years and years. It was lovely to get back to him. There are certain elements of the stories that you can see carrying on as the book progresses. If you haven't read Dahl for years, and I haven't read any of his adult stuff, I've only read his children's fiction, but I would really recommend these. They are really lovely book, and there's some lovely short stories within them as well. There's been some absolutely brilliant blog posts. Who else was on the blog tour? We've got Eric at the Lonesome Reader, we've got Bookish Beck, my Chestnut Reading Tree, The Last Word Review. In fact, I'll show you the graphic now. And there's been some really good bloggers on this blog tour as well. As you can see from this list, it started off on the 27th of August with the Book Trail, and then went to Ashley's Bookshelf, Jaffa Reads 2, The Shelf LDN, That English Guy Who Reads, all the way down to Cleo Bannister, Eric at the Lonesome Reader, Bookish Beck, and finally today it ends up with me at Wild Reads. These are really good books, and I'm going to get round to reading the other 3 before the year is out, and I really want to get the others as well, Lust, Madness, Cruelty and Deception, and get a little Roald Dahl shelf. And I mentioned on last night's video, when I had a book haul as well, that I've got Roald Dahl's, which is here, I've got his autobiography lined up to read in Non-Fiction November as well. So what I'll do, I'll leave a link to the Penguin page where you can see more of these collections of Roald Dahl short stories. And please go and check out the other guys that have participated in this blog tour as well, because they've written some absolutely brilliant stuff. The one that sticks in my mind is Eric at the Lonesome Reader, done an absolutely brilliant blog piece on this. So happy Roald Dahl Day. Grab yourself some Roald Dahl. If you've got any Roald Dahl books on the shelf, it might be worth getting them out, this being International Roald Dahl Day. So that's it from me. I'll see you again very soon. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.